So what's the difference between an occupational therapist and an occupational therapy assistant? That's what we're going to talk about today, but first, I'm going to make some eggs. So what's the difference between an occupational therapist, or OT, and an occupational therapy assistant, also known as a COTA, or Certified Occupational Therapy Assistant? Well, the biggest difference is that occupational therapists require, as of today, a master's degree in occupational therapy, and occupational therapy assistants require an associate's degree. That will be changing for certain for occupational therapists, because in the year 2027, which seems like a really long ways away, in the year 2027, it will be a doctorate degree of occupational therapy, which basically means getting your PhD in occupational therapy. We're not going to talk about that today because I have some opinions on that change, but today is not the day to discuss that. Today is the day to talk about the differences between OTA and OT, and to decorate the Christmas tree. I went and bought some ornaments after work today, and I'm pretty excited. Ooh, look at that, it's so shiny. So I know I said white yesterday. I kind of just went with what they had at the store and with what I liked. We have these. We've got, wait for it. Oh, look how cute. It's like little deer, and it's got some green stuff in the middle. Yeah, it's gonna look good. And we did get some white. Woohoo. And there's one more box over there. Let me go get it. Ooh, look how pretty. So there's kind of a glitter theme going on, and I just wanted to do something a little bit different this year. We've literally had the same ornaments since 2007. So yeah, 11 years. It's our 11th Christmas together. Wow. Oh, and I just wanted to point out that Will did a lovely job picking out the tree this year. I think it looks amazing. I don't know if I actually showed y'all the full tree. Oop. There it is. I don't have the tree skirt on yet, but we'll figure that out. So a lot of the ornaments that we have are from our first year of being together as a couple, which was the year that I graduated high school and started going to community college and living in my first apartment, and we had no money, so we just have really cheap ornaments from like Walmart or something. So I thought, you know, after 11 years now that I actually have a real job, I could probably afford some new ornaments. The perks of being an occupational therapist. So besides the degree requirements, oh man, these are so glittery. Besides the degree differences in OT versus OTA, the biggest difference in terms of job requirements is that occupational therapists conduct evaluations, they write treatment plans, they write goals, they do reevaluations, they basically kind of monitor the plan of care, whereas an occupational therapy assistant, ooh, the heater just turned off, you're welcome. Whereas an occupational therapy assistant is only going to do treatment. They're really only going to do interventions with their clients. So that is the biggest difference. Occupational therapy assistants really only do treatment, and they are supervised by an occupational therapist. So I've only actually personally worked with one OTA, and she's actually really awesome. And as in most cases, she has way more experience than me, and she's been doing it for a lot longer, and she is incredibly knowledgeable. And while we don't really work that closely, she works kind of in a different area than me. I have done evaluations, and then she took over the treatment plan, but I do not supervise her, and I have never supervised an OTA. And I don't know if I would feel comfortable with that responsibility. I'm sure if I had to, I would be able to, but because I have never had to supervise an OTA as of today, I don't know all of the exact requirements. I know that you have to check in at least once a month to go over all the clients, and depending on how many hours the OTA is working depends on how much supervision they require. The supervising occupational therapist is technically in charge of the OTA and making sure that they're following the plan and the interventions that they've put forth for the client. So there does have to be a lot of communication around that. But really, once the plan and the goals are made and the evaluation's been done, the OTA really has the freedom to do whatever they want that is best for the client. It's not like every single visit the occupational therapist is checking in. It's not like that at all. They really have the flexibility to do what they need to for each individual client. One of the limiting factors in OT versus OTA is that assistants are really only used in specific settings. If you're interested in working in a hospital or more medically based settings, I would say they typically hire OTs. School system and skilled nursing facilities, or they call them SNFs, those areas utilize OTAs more than I would say hospital settings, in my personal opinion. And I think that's just kind of well known, but I could be wrong. Speaking of old ornaments, shout out to my mom and dad, because these ornaments are from when my parents first got married, and they have been married for a long time, more than 30 years. I don't recall the exact date because I'm a terrible daughter and I always forget how long they've been married. Sorry. Now we're breaking out the big guns. These are the original ornaments. We're talking, well, okay. Okay, hold on. This is what I'm talking about. Look at this. Will's little present from 1987. Present? What is wrong with me? I seriously cannot talk in these videos. This is an ornament, not a present. Ooh, our first Christmas ornament. Love it. I've recruited some help.
Hello, YouTube.
Do you have any knowledge about the differences between occupational therapy and occupational therapy assistants?
Do I?
Yeah.
No. Do you want to tell me?
Oh. Well, I've already told them, but I did get a comment asking why I chose occupational therapy over occupational therapy assistant. And honestly, occupational therapy assistant really wasn't ever a factor in my mind for some reason. I never even considered it. I just knew occupational therapy, that's the way to go. I honestly don't think I knew a lot about occupational therapy assistants at the time. So personally, it was never a consideration. And based on the trends of healthcare, my recommendation, if you're on the fence, is to just go for occupational therapy. It's just gonna be better for you all around. If you're worried about the time, don't. You've got your whole life ahead of you. Just do it. Listen to Nike. Just do it. Or Shia LaBeouf. Just do it! What is this? What is this? This.
That's all that was in this box is a head. That's kind of creepy.
It's so Will has placed this embarrassing graduation ornament on the tree. Oh, look at that face. Graduation. Oh, that's from OT school. That's funny. Was it from OT school? Yeah, I think so.
Are you sure? It might have been.
No, I see the maroon.
It might have been UTSA, wasn't it?
No, I think it was OT school. Oh yeah, that red's looking good.
Gotta spread it, you know?
It's like jelly.
Spread the bread.
Oh, that looks so good now. Oh.
Are you okay? You're like,
I'm finally getting into the Christmas spirit.
it's finally here, you say?
It's finally here. Should we sing some Christmas carols?
Christmas music it is.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere you go.
We already tested
What was
it
that?
out?
Yeah, you gonna sing your song again?
Nope.
Okay, look at this stick up here.
Oh, it's so big.
Oh man, it's so high. Here. Oh my goodness.
We may trim him, but for now we'll see.
Ta-da!
He looks so good. He's a little tall.
No, oh no.
We may need to trim him down to here or something.
Oh my gosh, wait, move your hand. There's a huge space. It almost looks like it's just floating. Actually, it kind of looks like it's floating. Ooh. Yeah, look, if we turn the lights off, it looks kind of like it's just floating above the tree.
I like that.
No, it looks terrible.
It looks fantastic.
It looks terrible.
We're done here, people.
It's officially Christmas, the star is lit, and I can wear my Santa hat in every video. No, I'm just kidding. To summarize, if you were still on the fence about choosing occupational therapy over occupational therapy assistant, in my opinion, I think you will have more opportunity if you just go for occupational therapy. I think the job outlook is better. I think even with the change in degree requirements going to a doctorate level, there's just going to be more opportunities, especially because of all the changes that are happening in Medicaid right now, or not Medicaid, Medicare. I deal with Medicaid. All the changes that are happening with Medicare right now in terms of their reimbursement. I mean, it's constantly changing. So I just think going for occupational therapy is just better in general. I can expand on that a little bit more in another video if you would like. But I hope you know the general differences between occupational therapy and occupational therapy assistant, which is really the amount of time that it takes to go to school. You're gonna have to learn a lot more as an OT, but trust me, it's worth it and it's fun. And then you get to evaluate people. You get to use your clinical judgment and opinions and knowledge to help people. Whereas OTAs are awesome. They really are kind of limited in what they can do. So hopefully that answers your questions. I hope you enjoyed watching us decorate our Christmas tree, which is now complete with a star that's really high. That concludes Vlogmas Day 3. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it's already Vlogmas Day 3. Tomorrow is gonna be Vlogmas Day 4, then 5 and 6. And then Santa will be here before you know it. Leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. And again, leave me a comment if you have any other specific questions, and I will do my best to answer them. See you tomorrow. Classic Beckinger wrapped in toilet paper. What's it gonna be?
I don't think it's an ornament. It's
No,
a little
there's
statue.
really not ornaments in there.
Well, that's where I've been finding the rest of the ornaments.
Oh, well, let's see if we can finish off these boxes.
You would. Finish off with that.
What does everyone think of the tree so far? Good? Does everyone approve of Will's Christmas tree choice? Leave him a comment, tell him, good job, Will, we like your tree.
Beautiful. It was 1/3 of the price for the same quality of tree.
Bye!